everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns, in today's game, we've got two teams who come in with opposite records on the season. It's the Brooklyn Barons going up against the Browns. And with that, we'll send you up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, which is where we'll find our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen,
we are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Brooklyn Barons and the Cleveland Browns. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Call it a pickup of 7. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward. He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game, you pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally. They move around, fly to the football, and take it away from offenses.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Mariota on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over. right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. So a big roughing the passer penalty, Charles, and of course that's 15 yards.
And everyone knows how protected the quarterbacks are. You've got to make sure that when you launch at a quarterback that you're hitting him in the right spot and in the right time.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. It's a pickup of 21, and it's good enough for a 1st down. So they're operating in the red zone. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Emmanuel Agba in there to sack him for a loss of 6. The gun. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Third down and 4. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the 1st down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background. right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Down carry now for Crowell. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. Let's meet the offensive starters, and let's discuss Corey Coleman, first wide receiver drafted out of last year's class.
And there was a reason for that. When you watched his tape, when you watched his games, you saw his explosiveness and ability to play the ball in the air downfield. Don't get hung up on the fact he only ran 4 routes at Baylor. Just coach him up and turn him loose.
His throw incomplete. That time they were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis. And it's 3rd down. And we take a look at the starting lineup defensively.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end, yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You get the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
No, Jack Patrick, set!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Brooklyn football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 5 here to start things out. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Following the interception here, Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
This is Crowell. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 63 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed. And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well. Showed it right there.
Watch left. Start right there.
Play fake. Mariota. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
They'll look to throw here. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
They go play action. Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 3rd and long here for Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on it.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. J.J. Watt in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack.
Let's go. 3-19.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
This is taken at the 18. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. 3 and 10.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's got his man on the crossing route. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And the Browns getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Mariota on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. I got to go.
Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the 3rd quarter. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That one goes for 24 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now it's Crowell. Cut back, left sideline. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you, because you know there's 3 levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Unable to connect on a 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. handoff to Crowell. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
On third down, Mariota finding time. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They gave up the 3. They're losing in this ballgame. Now it's their chance to set the offensive tone for the second half.
And it's interesting how the offense will go about helping them, too. Because so many times you're looking to control a game with your defense. Well, your defense just gave up 3. Now your offense, as you said, has to set a tone and get you back into it or ahead in the game. Let's see if they can pull it off and get downfield and do exactly that.
We'll see if they can. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they're going to speed things up here. 4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Their big tight end, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to retake the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He's got time. It's caught inside the 25. And he's taken down deep in their territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 61 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll go on the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Second down, Mariota. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
But they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's a give to Crowell. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Here's Crowell. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
I know a field goal ties it, but I'm not just tempted to go for it. I say do it. At this spot of the field, go get the touchdown.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will tie the score at 15 all. So they take it all the way to the 1-yard line, but in the end, they opt for 3.
I know if this was a video game, they never would have gone for the field goal because, Brandon, who kicks field goals in video games? But you've got to make sure you get points, and that was as easy a 3 as you can get.
You kick field goals in video games. That's who kicks field goals in video games. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to try and go deep again. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Mariota can't find anyone open. Buying time to his left. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Third and long here for Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. Surveying the field. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That give them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Even score late in the 4th. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up. 3rd and goal, Mariota. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Corey Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown! A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Shift together here from the D-line. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
They'll run it again with Crowell. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Mariota. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Crowell. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They come out here in the eye. Again, it's Crowell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Browns, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for our visitors, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year.